Healing relationship issues can be challenging, especially when you are feeling so triggered every time, almost every time, whenever you go into a conflict with your loved ones. And I mean anyone, okay? Your family, your partner, your colleagues, your best friends, anyone. And these issues, these triggers, these emotional struggles tend to intensify when you feel like you are the empath, the black sheep of the family, the sensitive, the intuitive. Anything that makes you feel very sensitive to emotions, to energy, this can be challenging for a lot of empaths. So many people have told me this in the past. When I struggled with my parents, people told me, this will last forever. This will never stop. This will always go on. And deep inside of me, I refused to believe that. I just rejected that. It just didn't make sense to me. Even though I struggled so much and I had a lot of issues to heal, to release, to let go, I still believe that it's possible to be at peace with them. It's possible to let go, to forgive, to let go of the resentment in my body, to let go of the negative energy, to accept, to embrace love. So if you're an empath, you're highly sensitive, you're intuitive, and you feel you have been struggling with this so much, I want you to know, yes, it's possible to end the suffering. It's possible to end those repetitive triggers that you encounter whenever you meet your family. Now, when it comes to your partner can also be tricky because you're constantly exposed to them, right? And when we are so exposed to someone every single day, there is high possibility of attachment, which is always our learning lesson. And high possibility to attachment simply means there is a high possibility to detachment. You see the duality in there? You have this and you have this. The choice is yours. And of course, when we are so triggered, the choice can seem foggy. Here is a simple hack, which takes work, okay? It is not hard. Understand that the more we say this is hard, the more we're just creating our mind in such a way to believe that it's hard. Allow the possibility of flow, allow the possibility of ease and effortless, okay? So in my relationship, when I noticed I was feeling triggered repetitively with the same issue, noticing that I was already attached that way, I realized that the 3D is just an outcome of my beliefs, of the energy that I have embodied being expressed outwardly. So that gave me an opportunity to detach from the 3D, to not let circumstances matter. Now, I've heard the argument that you cannot be disconnected. What's wrong with you? Someone has told me this, okay? There's a difference between detach and disconnect. You can still be connected to your body, but detach. And by detach, I mean not thinking that I am my body. I have a body, but I'm not my body. I'm a spirit, I'm a soul, I'm energy, and I have a body. So I'm connected to my body, but I am not attached to it. Right? Right. So when it comes to something that's triggering you so much, whether it's your partner, your family, whatever, circumstances do not matter. I can explain in a separate video how they do not matter, but just knowing that everything in your reality is just an outcome, and whatever you create is from within. So, that being said, tell yourself that circumstances do not matter. Notice how when you go into meditation, you start to feel free. Maybe some might struggle in the initial couple minutes with all the triggers, but after some time, you start to feel free. And that is detachment. With meditation, you can detach. But you also want to learn how to do this throughout your day, correct? You don't want to take just 10 minutes in the morning and do the meditation. You want to do it throughout your day. So throughout your day, practice being in your body. When you be in your body, you are more connected to your spirit. You are more connected to your intuition. That will allow you to detach from the physical reality. And the more I was connected to my body, the more grounded I was in my body, the more I was able to detach from the physical reality and not be so triggered. Another thing is, when I felt triggers in my relationship, what I would do is immediately after the conflict or after the trigger, I will take my time and space to sit with myself, to be present with my body, with my intuition, with my emotions, to allow them to process. And then remind myself, circumstances do not matter. I'm just going to connect with myself, and whatever my intuition said, I would listen, I would follow. I would listen to the guidance, okay? Sometimes it looks like forgiveness, compassion. Sometimes it looks like letting go of the assumptions that I made about someone. Letting go of that repetitive pattern that I see on someone, because that repetitive pattern is simply coming from me. The energy perception, the perception I see about someone. When I can let go of that pattern, I get to recreate new experiences. I get to invite and embrace love in my life, which also affects people around me. As long as I do not control, I just allow, I embrace. I want you to know that when we have this repetitive trigger, let's say related to our parents, right? When I had that repetitive trigger, I also realized I had the assumption that they were so and so. Because I had the assumption so ingrained in my brain, my mind, I kept seeing it. Because at that point, the energy was so married. It was so married that it was playing in my reality. So I had to let go of the energy. I had to let go of the assumption. Even if you're not into energy work, you can focus on the mindset to let go of the assumption and to feel love. So when we let go of the assumption, what we're simply doing is embracing ourselves and allowing us to see ourselves as whole already. Accepting both light and darkness, all of it, without judgment. So to repeat that, the first thing is to understand the importance, the significance of letting go of the 3D, to detach from the 3D, to be in your body. The second thing is, whenever you're triggered, take your time and space to connect with your body, connect with your spirit, connect with your intuition. Allow the perception of love to come in. Listen to your intuition. Follow its guidance. Whether it's forgiveness, compassion, subconscious programming, removing and shifting the old trauma, the old conditioning that's causing this repetition, which also means letting go of the belief. And letting go of the assumption. So many of us are stuck in this loop thinking, this is what I have to deal with. This is my karma. This is something that will never end, but no. We only tend to see it that way because we are so attached to the suffering that we think there's no way out. But there's always a way out. It doesn't mean necessarily walking away. If there's abuse, yes, do the right thing. But if it's constant trigger, it's time to wake up. It's time to see what's actually going on. And the way to see what's actually going on is to go beyond your suffering. I welcome you to leave questions, to leave comments here. If you have any questions, I am here to help you, to guide you. If you are interested to work with me, there's a link below in the description box. Click on that link and you will be able to connect with me.